Up everybody, how's it going? Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us to another MERN build. And today I'm here with
Rishi, guys, this is Rishi from Clever Programmer, and I'm super pumped to go live with David and build a Discord clone in MERN. I don't think David needs his introduction, but yeah.
guys.
So, David,
I'm David. What is up,
go ahead and
everybody?
tell them.
Yeah, so as you already know, I am Dr. MERN from Clever Programmer, and today we will be building the Discord MERN clone. All right, who is excited, guys? Who is pumped about this build today? Rishi, are you pumped?
Everyone drop down. Yes, man, I'm super pumped to build this Discord clone in MERN. And guys, if you are excited, drop down in the comments some fire emojis and some comments that you are excited. We want to see who is excited to build this clone, because this is gonna be exciting. You are building a Discord clone, a messaging Discord clone, and we're gonna be giving you the backend for that. Let's go.
Exactly. I think I'll quickly show you guys how it actually looks like at the end, but I mean, you pretty much saw it when Sunny made it. So yeah, so this is pretty much the build that we will be doing. It's real time. It is using MongoDB. It is using Pusher as always, and it is based on the build that Sunny did last Thursday. So if you guys don't have it already, not a problem. I have it linked down below, so you can go ahead and grab it from my GitHub. Let me know if that link actually works. It should be, but let me know if there is something wrong. And so this is literally the exact same build. Okay, only difference is I used a different logo, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. And I will just gonna go ahead and sign in with one of my Google accounts. Okay, yeah, this is Pusher, and I'm just gonna drop it. Let's actually first create a channel, which is I think Discord live. How does that sound?
Awesome.
As you could see, this is real time. So this is as real world as it gets. It just popped in there, didn't touch any refresh buttons or anything. And now I'm gonna go into that channel and drop in some fire emoji, okay? So nothing super fancy, just a fire emoji, and here we go. All right, so that was quickly the demo. Are you guys pumped? Who is pumped about this build? Who is pumped to put this on their portfolio and get a job in 2020 and be one of the 5,000 people that we at Clever Programmer help to get a job as a developer? Let me know, guys, if you are excited about that. Drop it in the comments, drop some fire, and yep. And
drop it down in the comments, guys, if you're excited. Let us know that you're excited, and if you guys are excited, we are gonna be super pumped to guide you through the whole clone step by step. And I think David is the right person to do that. Before we continue, David, I think this is an important question that you can answer. So
Yep.
Connor Bailey asked that, are you going to be using socket.io for the chat functionality? So go ahead and answer that.
Okay, so I'm not going to use socket.io at all. I was thinking of doing something with that just to show you guys the comparison, but not this time. Maybe next time I will be working with socket.io. For now, we will be using Pusher and MongoDB change stream and MongoDB, of course.
Awesome.
All right.
So let's go.
And yeah, so Bonjour Tech asks if I'm using Pusher. Yes, I am. And yeah, is this including the backend? Yes, this is just the backend. So today we are not going to talk front end. We would just be talking backend, all right? So today, backend only. And yeah, I think with that said, we can jump straight into building it. All right? Are you pumped, Rishi?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
super pumped, man.
Awesome. All right.
Show
So,
them what is the first step they have to do to clone the repo.
exactly. So, you guys, you probably are watching this on YouTube right now. First, I need to find the stream where we actually are. I think this is the link. And yeah, here we go.
Yep.
Okay, with some commercial and stuff. Yeah, so as you can see, we have 170 concurrent YouTube viewers, and altogether, okay, that's all. Yeah, so down below in the description, I will zoom in a bit so you guys can actually see it better. So if you guys go to this link, this will actually put you towards to the Git repo that you want to go ahead and clone. So let's actually do that together. All right. So I'm going in here. Just hit that button. You guys should be able to see this. And yeah. Atharva says 2 massive news right now. Our context API are. Whoa, nice. So as you guys, you probably already know, because probably you're following Kazi on Instagram, we started dropping Medium articles and they are actually doing pretty well. So guys, if you haven't already, check those out as well. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. Because we were creating this amazing video clones for you guys. We're creating this amazing guys to build those clones, but I know, and David know, as a beginner it is so hard to follow up with that video, and that is the reason why we are doing a written clone that you can follow, take your time, take it at your own pace, and create that whole clone. So check that out on Medium as well.
Exactly. And I just want to address this question: what is the difference when Sonny used Firebase as backend? So Firebase is actually a platform as a service. So you basically don't program down the backend yourself. Instead, you're using a service which will be your backend. All right. So right now we will be writing the software that Firebase actually uses. And now you might be asking, why? What's the point? So a lot of the times Firebase is just simply not enough, or the company you will be working for requires you to build a standalone backend project. That's when this knowledge will be super helpful. All right.
Exactly, and sometimes when you're building those big projects, Firebase might be costly. It's free for some of up to some limits, but when you're building those big projects, it's gonna be costly for you.
Exactly. One more question, and then we will be jumping straight into it. And guys, let's actually share this video out to everybody. We posted it a bit late because we had a couple of technical issues, but now we are live, and let's actually drop some fire and let your friends know that we are back with another MERN build, another massive MERN build, and we are ready to crush it. So before we go any further, thoughts on mean versus MERN. So mean is, if you guys don't know it, mean is actually the same as MERN, just no React. Instead they are using Angular. Now as far as I know, Angular is a pain in the neck when you are learning it. So I highly not recommend going for MERN if you if you are a beginner. Definitely put all your efforts into MERN if you're a beginner. But if you have already coded with mean, that's perfect. Take it to the next level by learning Mongo, Express, and Node. All right. So with
awesome,
that
guys.
said, there is another comment. Boom. Okay, just rushing through the comments. Rishi, feel free to stop me at any time if you see any good comments or something that we should be answering. Okay, so
for sure.
I'm gonna be zooming in a bit so guys you can see it better. But so the link I've posted down below. What does E stand for MERN? It's Express.js. I'll be explaining everything a bit later. So go to that link, hit that big green button, and inside of here there is this link that you want to go ahead and copy. And once you're done with that, oh my god, I have all this stuff going on in here, don't worry about these. Create a folder and go into that folder, and inside of there you will need 2 more folders where all the project is gonna go. Or actually, you don't really need this one. Instead, you can open up a terminal and say git clone, and then just, I'll zoom in here again. Okay, you guys should be able to see it pretty perfectly now. So you can just literally type in a git clone. Yesterday with Amanath, we dropped some value on what is Git and how to get started with Git. So if you have a Windows, you need to install it. Let's go back and pause this video, come back later when you've installed it. So you will need to clone this project by typing in git clone and then just pasting it right in here, or you can do it with GitHub Desktop as well, whichever you think is better for you. Okay, so I'll just clone this project, and I think if I do an ls in here, yeah, there we go. So I already have this starter project going on. Now I can, hold on. So because I'm using all my ZSH, I don't need to type in cd, but I just will because that's easier for everybody else. So here we go. We are on the main branch of this Discord MERN starter project, and let's actually install all the dependencies, right? So you're gonna need to type in npm ei, and that will essentially download everything that you will need to be able to run this project, right? I see a question. Yeah, what's up? Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, no worries. I was gonna ask you to explain what is npm ei to all the beginner people who are just joining right now. Why do we do that?
Yeah, so npm is essentially it's node. It stands for Node Package Manager, and it's basically just installing all the dependencies that we will be using for our React app. So pretty much React and all the dependencies that Sunny added, right? Quickly. And what I will be doing now is I'm gonna go ahead, create another directory. So I would say make dir. Yeah. Damn. And I will call it Discord backend, I think. And I will do it.
Awesome.
Yeah, what's up?
Before you move on, David, I see an important question in the chat that says that it's from Manpreet. He asked that, can you quickly explain the difference between the earlier Discord app by Sunny and the MERN stack Discord? So the difference is that the one Sunny built, it's just the front end of that application. And now we are going to be building in MERN. We are going to be using MongoDB. We are going to be using Express. We are going to be using React. And we are going to be using Node.js.
Exactly.
So that is the difference.
Yes, that is right. Okay, all right. And so now I created a new folder for my backend. Let's put it away for a sec, and let's actually set up all the front end stuff so that we have a running project. So what you want to do is essentially open up a terminal on the in the folder which contains both of your projects, and then just type in code space dot. That will essentially go ahead and open up a VS Code for you, which of course I need to zoom in again. Okay, I think now should be good. I think it's a bit too much. Okay, so inside of here we have the starter project. It's actually cleaned up and all the work is done for us. One thing though that you need to focus on is the firebase.js file, which I just can't seem to find. Here it is. Okay, so I actually commented out this part. So this is where your Firebase config will go. So let's actually go ahead and set up our Firebase stuff in case we want to work with it. Yeah. So let's quickly say firebase.google.com, and what Firebase is it's actually a suite of tools by Google, and it's pretty much just switching your backend. But today we are just gonna be using it for deployment. All right. So if you go into console and if you go ahead and create a new project, and you can name it however you want to. So I will name it Discord clone live, because we are live now. I don't need Google Analytics, so I'm just gonna go ahead and create the new project. Actually takes a little time.
So guys, while that process is happening, I just want to mention that if you guys want a complete free training on the Netflix clone, the link is in the description. Go and register for that link and you will get the complete Netflix clone, how you can build a Netflix clone from scratch. So the link is in the description. Go and get it. It's completely free.
Exactly. That is so right. Okay, so while that happened, while everybody signed up for the free Netflix clone training, all right, our Firebase just set up. So what you need to do is go to this web icon, just hit that quickly and go in here, say type in your project again. So it's gonna be Discord live. It's gonna be good. Make sure to check the Firebase hosting as well, as you will need it. And go ahead and register the app and just click next, and don't even worry about anything else. So next, continue, perfect, awesome. Okay, now what you need to do is hit this settings button and go into project settings, go down here, hit config, and literally just copy whatever is inside of the brackets. So anything else outside is not something that we want to copy, just those stuff. So, and with that, let's go back in here, delete the comment and just paste it in here. And we actually have the React Discord clone, sorry. All right. So now what we will be doing is essentially go ahead, set up first our backend project, create our MongoDB database. Then we will be adding the functionality. Afterwards, we will be connecting the front end and the back end. And then last but not least, we will make the whole thing real time. Are you excited, Rishi? Sounds cool?
I am excited, man. I'm super excited to do this.
All right.
Let's go.
Nice. Let's go.
People seems to love your background.
Sounds weird.
People seems to love your background.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. We have some nice stuff going on in here. If we face a bug, who knows what happens. All right. With that said, let's jump straight. Now everybody's going to be like, oh my God, let's just fail him or just get him a bug. Okay. So we will not worry about the front end project for now. I'll just lower my volume a bit because I'm actually entering the orange zone. All right. I'm peaking. So, as I'm in the backend project at the moment, I want to just go ahead and create or initialize the Git version control, which I was talking about yesterday with Amanat. So let's go ahead and type in Git init, and quickly, here we go. Now that we got that, you want to go ahead and essentially create your node package, and you can do that by typing in npm init. It will throw a couple of questions that you don't worry about any of them. This is pretty much just setting up everything that you will later on work with. And guys, if you are irrelevant but your hair looks nice, David, thank you so much. So this is actually gonna be like the info sheet of your project, pretty much. So if somebody looks at this file, the package.json file, they will mostly they will know the most of the stuff that's going on in there. So package name, version description, we will leave it out, and the entry point is something that you want to pay attention to, and you want to type in server.js inside of there. Oh, earlier my voice was better, so let's actually put it up again. Okay. Hey, we got Frank in the house. Yo, what's up, brother? Let's go. Okay.
So before we continue, David, I just want to explain what is npm init. So when we are doing npm init in the terminal, what we are doing is that we are telling the project that we are going to be using the node package manager in this project. We are telling them that we are going to be using this libraries and then this packages. So that's all we are doing when we are doing npm init, and then you just fill out the info sheet for your project, that you name the project, you name the entry point, and everything like that.
Exactly. And
so go ahead, David.
Yeah, by the time I just answered another question with some overlays. All right. So awesome. Let's go actually back. And so now I changed up to server.js, and that's our that will be our entry point. So test command, you can leave it out. Git repository, leave it out. Keywords, leave it out. And I think I will be typing in our names inside of here. So authors. So we got Rishi in the house, and of course we got me. Here we go. And the license, we can leave it alone, and it's gonna ask if it's okay, but of course it is. So yeah. And now you want to go ahead and head into here, and this is essentially the file that we just created. And what you want to do is add a type module inside of there, and that will allow us to use ES6 functionality inside of our backend project, because Node.js is actually using the ES5, the older type of ECMAScript. But here at Clever Programmer, we are aiming for that you guys will actually know the latest and best technologies. So we are going to be using ES6 anyways. And the other thing that we want to go ahead and do is inside of here, inside of scripts, you want to type in start, and you want to type in node server.js. And that will essentially allow Heroku later on to pretty much start your application by itself. Now, what you want to do is go back to the terminal, or you can use the built-in terminal inside of VS Code. I just prefer the Max built-in terminal, so I will just use that. So what you want to do is pretty much just install all the dependencies. For now, we will only be using Express and Mongoose, so let's actually use those for now. Yazid says, I am excited for the real-time part. Yes, dude, this is gonna be real time. This is gonna be awesome. All right, I'm excited for you, bro. Tharwa says David's hair providing more attraction than the Discord clone itself. Oh my god. I gotta cut it then. Okay, so I will be typing in npmi express and mongoose, and this will actually go ahead and install all the dependencies that we will need for now. So let's actually go ahead and create a new file, which we will call server.js. Yes. And this is gonna be the file that will contain every single stuff that we will be using. I will make our image a bit bigger. Yeah, what's up?
So I was just gonna say that as a beginner, a person who is joining the call, who have never worked with a lot of stuff, why don't you just go ahead and take a minute to explain what exactly is Express?
Yeah, so Express is actually the server-side JavaScript. Super simply. Yeah, so yeah, awesome. Let's actually do a quick technology rundown. So all the technologies that we will be using, so we will do backend stuff. Hold on, otherwise it will go away. So we will be using backend stuff. Yeah, this is gonna be backend. Nice. And we will be using MongoDB. Nice. We will also use Node.js, which is actually a JavaScript runtime. And inside of there, we will be using express.js. I think that's how you lay it out correctly. And these will actually have a connection made possible with Mongoose, which is another thing that we will be using. And we will also use Pusher, which is some kind of third-party stuff. And on the front end, we will have the React and the Redux. So this is where React and Redux are. Okay. Now, guys, who is pumped about this build? Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are pumped about this build. Oh my god, I might have not shared anything. Oh damn.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh my god. Let's do it again.
Go ahead and explain again.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. So this is gonna be the backend stuff. Inside of here, we will have MongoDB, right? We will also have the Node.js going on, which is the backend runtime. And inside of there, we will have the Express. Nice. And that's gonna be essentially the backend, and we also use Pusher, and we also will have the front end, which will have React and Redux, but it's already built. So guys, if you don't have that, make sure to go ahead, check those links in the description down below, and yeah, that's pretty much just go ahead and download it. And if you are interested in the front-end development, I highly recommend going back to last Thursday and check out Sunny's video on that. And we will be using APIs to connect between front-end and back-end, and we will also use Mongoose to connect between MongoDB and our back-end software. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and start building this stuff. Yeah, I see everybody's going ham on it, like, oh my god, I'm not showing my screen. Sorry guys, draw it up again. All right, so what we will be doing here is pretty much just importing all the stuff that we will be using. So first, let's go ahead and import Express, because without that, it's just not gonna work. And the other thing that you wanna go ahead and import is Mongoose. And that is pretty much the importation for now. Later on, we will be importing a lot more stuff. And what I like to do, and I actually highly recommend everybody goes ahead and does this with me, is pretty much just outlining the application itself. And let's actually check out the comment section. All right. Okay, cool. And with that said, let's actually do the outlining part. So first we will have some kind of app config going on, then not help, then we will have some middlewares, yeah, then we will have some DB config, we will also have API routes, and we will also have the listening part. So this is pretty much just exactly Shuryansh says Express is a framework of Node.js. That is correct. And another one, Mongoose is technically an ORM. It can be used as an ORM as well. All right. So this is pretty much how our backend app will look like. And yeah, let's actually start by just mocking out some stuff and have our very first API route done today. So let's do it by creating an app instance. which is const app equals express, and boom, there we go. We will also want to have some port going on, which will be process.environment.port, and otherwise let's use 8002. And the other thing we want to go ahead and do is say app.get and just use the root, and we will have a request and a response as well. And once we are getting a get request on the root folder or the root endpoint or the base URL, we will essentially want to go ahead and do we would just pretty much just say hello world back, and nothing super fancy going on at that point of the program, because this is pretty much just gonna allow us to have like a health check stuff. All right, do you want to actually add anything, Rishi? Everything cool? We might have lost Rishi. Okay, let's continue, and I hope Rishi will be back with us soon. Okay, so and next up, okay, let's finish up the first API, and inside of there, what you want to do is pretty much just say response.status equals is going to be 200, and let's go ahead and send back pretty much just hello world. And guys, this essentially is going to be like so when you're engaging on the base URL of the application, you will pretty much just see a hello world as a response. And you also might be asking you might also be asking what the heck is going on with that 200. That's essentially, in server language, it means okay. So that's pretty much it. And let's actually now go ahead and make our app listen. Yeah, Papa MERN in the house. What's up, dude? Here comes the correction. All right. I don't know where Rishi went, by the way.
Can you hear me, David?
Yeah, I can. What happened to your video, dude?
I swear, man, my internet just crashed.
Oh.
But I'm not sure like why it's my video not working.
Oh. Okay.
I think it should be working.
Okay. All right, bro. Whenever you can, just turn it on, and until we'll have this nice little oh, okay. There you are, bro. All right. So let's get back into coding, and let's actually add the listener part, and we will be saying just app.listen, and we want to add the port in here, shoot off a callback function, and just pretty much console log that we are working and we are listening on localhost, and we want to string concatenate the actual port, or concatenate the actual port that we will be using. So with that said, let's actually start up not here. Let's actually start up our backend. All right, so let's hit node mon in here, and we should be seeing that we are listening on localhost 8002. Here we go, guys. Let's actually give yourself a round of applause if you guys are with me or with us this far, and you have a working API which is ready for all the requests coming in. So this is your applause. Great job, guys, if you're with us. All right, now what you guys want to do is have a postman open in the background. Somewhere here, nice. And what you want to do is pretty much just go ahead, zoom in, of course, and inside of there you just want to go ahead and test this out. Of course, if I showed my screen, that would be much better. So here we go. What's up, Zabiola? Nice to have you here in the house. And guys, Who actually knows what Postman is? Who have already used it? Let me know in the chat down below if you need a little bit of a training on how to use Postman and some kind of like API crash course, because we can actually make that real. We are happy to provide you guys as much value as possible, and even if it's not like actual coding, we are super pumped to give you guys other type of values, just like yesterday, the Git version control. Yes, the API syntax is very simple. Yeah, all right. So with that said, let's jump straight back into it. And if you go ahead and if we send this, we will see a hello world as well. Again, here we go. Now, with that said, let's actually jump into the jacked part because this was just the beginning. All right. This is when I usually say, we are gonna get real. Okay.
Before we move on, David,
yeah,
why don't you take a minute and explain them what exactly is Postman?
Oh, what happened? Hold on. Something happened to my... Okay, here we go. But we're back. Okay, nice. So, we need Postman Bootcamp. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, we can make that a reality if you need that. Okay. So, with that, what do I need to explain?
Can you take a minute and explain what exactly is Postman?
Oh yeah, Postman is, yeah, as everybody says, it's very easy. It's pretty much just allows you to call APIs and test them out. If you're a backend developer, you can test out your whatever you have just created. And if you're a front-end developer, you definitely want to have it as well, because then you can check how the APIs will actually respond to your requests. All right, and you can make your app a lot better. Okay. Now, what we want to do is say inside of here, you guys want to go ahead and let's actually go ahead and quickly set up our MongoDB. So let's go to mongodb.com, and if you are new to mongodb.com, you can go ahead and sign up by hitting that start free button. But I have an account, so I'm gonna just go ahead and sign in now. Here we go. Okay, what is okay, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and hit new project, and let's go ahead and say Discord live. Nice. Because I'm working. Okay, let's actually add you, Rishi. So Rishi at cleverprogrammer.com. Nice. So you can add your buddies you are working with, your coding buddies. Nice. And with that said, let's go ahead and create a cluster. What's up?
So I was just gonna say that what are we exactly doing while going to mongodb.com? What are we doing? Like, are we setting up a project on mongodb.com so that we can use that backend in our project?
So currently we are just setting up a database, nothing else. So we are writing with our hands the whole backend project, and only the database is what we will be using MongoDB for. Nothing else, just the database. And right now our cluster is being created, which means we are provisioning sources from MongoDB servers, and we will be running our own database on their servers. Okay.
Awesome. Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah. So with that, let's go back in here and let's actually prepare our application for being able to handle JSON files and these request response. So middlewares we will be using we will need to add the express.json so that we are typo. so that we will be able to handle JSON files and send and receive requests. Another thing which we need to install to our project, and what I forgot is, hold on. Oh, damn. Nah, it's app.use. Why const? Okay, sometimes I make these stupid mistakes. So here you want to type in app.use. Yeah, so another thing you want to definitely go ahead and do is installing the course headers. So you will be typing in npm II course. That would essentially go ahead and just quickly install the course for you. Now you can go ahead and type in course twice so that you have the package imported, and you want to go ahead and say app.use and course as well. Okay, so what is a middleware? Middleware is pretty much just helping out the backend. It's gonna be like in between. It's like a mediator between frontend and backend. It's like middleware, right? So software, hardware. I think you get it. Okay. But yeah. No,
That was a good explanation.
yeah. Like it's literally just mediating between the front end and the back end. Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to like visualize how the name actually explains itself, but I mean it's definitely an awesome question, and it's actually great to ask. Okay. So db config, let's actually prepare that as well, and we will be just inserting our Mongo URI inside of there. Okay, so let's say const Mongo URI, and we will be just inserting the string in there. And for now, let's actually just add the connection string. And what we will be doing in here is pretty much just say mongos.connect. We want to connect that URI and add all these use create index, use new URL parser, and unified topology. And these are actually needed because because Mongoose is still in the under development, and it's always gonna be. And right now they just need these to function perfectly. And isn't middleware also used with Redux or somewhere in the front end? I think you can use it in the front end as well, but as far as I know, mostly it's used in the backend projects or a completely different project. And like in huge corporate environment, they will literally have like middleware projects, right? So in like, let's say in a bank, there are lots of front-end softwares and lots of back-end software, and there is usually one huge microservice layer where all the data processing and all those stuff go on, and those are happening in there. I hope this actually answered your question, and let's jump back in. So with that said, let's go back to our MongoDB, and hopefully it is done by now. And what you want to go ahead and do is hit database access or network access. We will start with network access and just add the IP address. And what you want to go ahead and do now is say allow access from anywhere. But, and this is a huge but. What you definitely want to know is that this, it's actually a huge disclaimer. Do not do this in production environment. Guys, if you are working with a client or somebody, you don't want to allow access from anywhere. The reason being is that this will literally let anybody go ahead and write into your database or your client's database, and that's actually that can actually lead a loss, lots of money loss. So this is just for educational purposes. I think we can actually do a live on how to secure your APIs and database and all those stuff for beginners, of course. And you just want to go ahead and watch that later on. So if you guys are pumped about that, let me know in the chat, because if you're not interested in that, we will just not do a video on that. But if you are, we will. Okay.
Yeah, and guys, like, is there any specific topics that really interest you? Drop down in the comments that the topics you want us to cover in the live stream, so that we can prepare a better live stream for you guys, and we can provide all the values that you guys need. So drop down in the comments whatever the topics that interest you, and what are the live streams that you guys want us to do for you guys. So drop down in the comments, and also make sure that you subscribe to the Netflix clone free training. Just go for that, get your free training, put that on your resume, and get that job.
Exactly, that is correct. All right, now with that said, so for development we use what you used, but for production change that. Yes. So right now, because we are here between friends, we don't want to hassle all with the security stuff. But when you are working in production, you will know what the backend server's IP address will be, and you can just insert that in there. It's super easy. You can just swap that, and there we go. Okay. With that said, let's actually add it for now. And what you want to also do is add a new database user. I will just call it admin, auto-generate a secure password for it. And let's go ahead and add the user. And with that done, let's go back to our clusters, hit connect, hit the middle button, which says connect your application. And you want to go ahead and copy that. But guys, don't forget to save that password somewhere safe. Okay, let's go back to our code and let's go ahead and paste the URI in here. You want to change out the DB name, which we will call Discord DB, or you can call it whatever you want to. If you want to call it small doggo, you can do that too. But just be aware that that's how your database will be named. And next up, you can go ahead and delete that password and add your password inside of there. And we should be done with the connection for now. Now, what you want to go now, so you might be thinking, what is the next step? Now, my friends, we will start creating our API endpoints, and super fast we will be just connecting the application, and we will be done in like less than an hour. All right. So
all we did here, David,
yep.
Sorry to interrupt you, but all we did till now is just setting up the environment for the backend, right?
Yes, that is correct. All we did now is pretty much just set up everything, so now we can work smoothly and super fast. Yeah, so
awesome, let's go.
Exactly. Hey. There we go. All right, let's go and let's start with our first API endpoint. And I think so, guys, if you remember how the Netflix clone is actually built up, we will actually have two different type of data that we want to go ahead and store. One of them is the channels, and the other one is the actual conversation. Now, what you want to do is pretty much how we will lay out all the data that we will be using is gonna be something like this. So imagine that this is gonna be our database. Am I sharing my? No, I'm not sharing my screen. Not making the same mistake again. Okay, hopefully now I'm gonna be sharing my screen. So what you want to do? So this is how to understand quickly. This is gonna be our database. Inside of here, we will have several collections, right? No, actually one collection, sorry. So we will have one collection that will store everything. Now, one document will actually have the channel name, and it will also store all the messages. Okay, these are the messages, these small stuff. And we will also have several other channels, and all of them will contain all these messages. All right, so I hope this actually made it clear. I tried to make it super visual so that you guys can easily understand what is actually going on. Yeah, I hope it actually made it clear. So yeah, let me know guys if you need more explanation on that. Okay, so what we will be doing is D'Angelo, we love you too, brother. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so what you want to do now, what we want to do now is pretty much just first let's actually create our database structure. And what we want to do is let's go ahead and create a new file which we will call mongodata.js. And inside of there, what you want to do is import you want to import mongoose. Then you want to define a schema which will be a variable, and you want to name you want to give the type of mongoose schema, and this will essentially store one conversation. So one of these stuff is going to be storing one actual full channel. So here is the channel name. Inside of there is the conversation, and each and every single message has the message, of course, a timestamp, and a user which we already set up in the front end, and we would just be passing in one simple user file user thing.
So the conversation is going to be an object because it consists of names, messages, photos, and URL and stuff like that. And that is the reason it is an object that we need to make sure here.
Exactly. Also, I'm just answering a question with an overlay. Amazon clone with MERN is possible, right? 100%, my man. 100%. It's completely possible. And if you guys are actually interested in building the Amazon clone with the MERN stack, drop some fire in the chat, because then we will literally go ahead and build it. So guys, if you're pumped for that, let me know in the chat down below. And also guys, if you are finding this or any of Clever Programmer's videos valuable, what should they do, Rishi, so that this video goes out to everybody out there and we can provide so much more value? What can they do?
So guys, if you like this kind of videos and if you want, go and like the video. Go and like the video, comment down in the videos any questions you have, any solutions you have for someone. Video, it will reach out to as many people as they need to. We need to help a lot of people, and a lot of people. So just like the video, and then that way you are helping another developer as well to grow.
Exactly.
So at least just like the video so that it can reach out to hundreds of people.
Yes, like literally smash that like button. All right, with that said, let's go back in here. So this is the structure that actually is already set up in our front end project, so we don't have to worry about that. However, it is a nice thing that we define it. And then of course you need to export default the mongoose model, and you want to make the collection name plural. That's the collection name, and you want to make sure that it's plural. Otherwise, MongoDB will pluralize it anyway, so don't worry about that. But just make sure it's plural, because you can go back to WhatsApp clone and see what happens if you're not pluralizing it. Okay, I'll just leave it to you. Okay, and let's actually add the Discord schema as well. Okay, now with that said, let's actually go ahead and import this file. Okay, what's happening with my mouse? Oh, yeah, here we go. So let's actually go ahead and import this file. And what you want to do is just type in, yeah. So you want to go ahead and just type in here this line of code and you will have it imported. Now, with that said, what you want to do is pretty much, let's first actually add a new channel. And what we will be doing here is pretty much just set up a post endpoint. So let's actually say app.post, and the endpoint that we will be using is going to be new / channel. Whoops. And we will have a request and a, oh, hold on. We will have a callback, which will have a request and the response, and then we will literally go ahead and save everything inside of our database. So first we will pass in the new DB name inside of the request body, and then what we want to do is go ahead and create a new document with this data, and if there is an error, handle it. Otherwise, let's just send back a response. So let's go ahead and test this thing out. So what I want you guys to do is actually remember that we have so you need to name the field you are sending it as channel name, otherwise it's not going to be accepted. Now what I will name it is, I think I'll name it YouTube. Okay, so now we should be able to send this, and there we go, guys. We just saved our first channel inside of our database. Who is pumped now, guys? Who is pumped? Who is enjoying this? Who is finding this valuable? Let me know by just sending a message inside of the chat, or smashing that like button and get this video out to as many people as possible, so that you guys can actually help us help 5,000 people get jobs as developers in 2020, right?
Awesome. I'm super excited.
Nice. Yeah, go on. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was just... No. I was just gonna say that the thing we did right now is just that the reason why we are using Postman is that before we go into coding and before we check that if we are able to post that channel's name into our database, we are using Postman to post that, to send that name into the database instead of doing that from coding. And that is the reason we use Postman, just to test the API.
Exactly, that's right. Also, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Efren. I really appreciate you, brother. I actually saw you earlier and a couple of days back as well. You were around here. We appreciate you, brother, and smash the like button. Okay. So next up, what you want to do is set up a new endpoint, and what we will do is literally, let's first...
You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. This is this kind of day. I always forget to. Yeah. Okay, let's not do it again. So what you want to do is set up a new endpoint, and that will essentially just retrieve the channel list. So what you want to type in here is say app.get, and inside of there the endpoint is going to be get / channel list. Nice. And it will also do the usual callback functions. And what you want to do is say mongo data.find, and you literally don't want to add any filters in there. We will have a nice lovely comment. Thank you so much. Nice. Okay, so what you want to do is not add any filter in there. We will be filtering today. I will teach you. Actually, it's a new thing that we do some kind of filtering with Mongoose. But for now, this is not the time. We will be doing that with the conversation retrieving. All right. So who is pumped about that, guys? Who actually knows, who has actually filtered with a Mongoose find? Let me know in the chat. All right. Okay, so now what you want to go ahead and do is pretty much handle the
Again, not
errors.
sharing your screen.
Oh,
Dude, you
Damn.
keep on doing that.
but this is the only day. This is literally the only day. I've always changed everything and just yeah. Let's not talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's actually handle the errors as we okay, and so if there's an error, we want to show the error. Otherwise, let's just send back the response. And what we want to do is you can literally go ahead and copy this these lines of codes, and you want to set the 201 to 200, right? Other than that, we are cool. Now, what you want to do is to make your life easier is to refactor the data that you're actually sending back from the backend, even on the backend side. So let's actually add this stuff. So let's actually refactor that. So what I like to do is say create a let, and that's gonna be channels. And it's actually going to be an array, and inside of there you want to push all the array names and the IDs, because those are the two properties that we will be using on the front end, if you guys remember. If you don't, make sure to check out Sunny's video from last Thursday when he is building the whole Discord front end build. Nathan, shoot your question in the chat, and Rishi, please let me know when Nathan asks his question. Right. So
sure.
next up, what we will be doing is pretty much map through the whole data, and every single piece is gonna be a channel data. And yeah, so we will create a channel info, which will contain the ID, which is going to be the channel data ID, and we will also have a name property, which will contain the channel data dot channel name. And then you want to go ahead and push that channel info into channels, and instead of data, you want to go ahead and send back the channels, right? I hope this is actually clear. Let's actually demo it and let's see how it actually will work. Now, what we want to go ahead and do. Oh yeah, this is what I prepared with. So let's go ahead and test this out. And with that, we literally have another working API endpoint, and we are getting back the YouTube channel name. Nice job, guys. If you're this far with us, this is a round of applause for you guys. Okay. Now let's get into the juicy part. Okay, so next up, what we will be doing. Yeah, go on. Sorry
to interrupt. Before we move on, can you just show the Visual Studio Code? I just want to explain what we just did.
Oh yeah, sure. Here you go.
So guys, what we did over here is what we are just getting the data that are already stored in the database by using the .get method, and we are from that endpoint we're just getting the data and displaying into different forms. That is the channel, the name of the ID, the channel ID, and the name. So that is what all we are doing from line 30A to line 56. We are getting the data from that endpoint, and we are just displaying that right now. We are just seeing that in the Postman.
Exactly.
So that's what we are checking, that if we are getting the proper data from our database.
Exactly. So guys, this is the data that we stored in here, and we just want to see this and that. Conversation, don't care about it for now. We just want to see the channel list, and the version, again, it's not important for us. Okay. Let's I think, yeah, here we go. Okay, so next up, what we want to do is literally save a new message inside of our backend and or inside of our database. And guys, this is gonna be tough. Oh, I think can you guys hear me? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, so this is gonna be tough because this is when we're gonna be doing some nice little stuff in Mongoose. So next up, what we want to do is say app.post And you want to go ahead and create a new endpoint which will say /new/message is, or /message, and let's fire off another callback, and let's say const, let's say const id equals request.query the id. I will explain everything in just a second, okay? Don't freak out, just copy, paste, copy, and I will explain everything that's going on in here. Oops, okay. And yeah, and next up, what we want to do is go ahead and say const new message, new message, and say request body, okay? So these are gonna be the properties that we will be using. The ID is gonna be this ID, so that we know which channel do we want to add this message to. So let's say if I'm sending this ID back, I want to save it to YouTube, but if I go ahead and create another channel, I'm gonna be able to demo. Oh yeah, I will. So if I say Discord or CP Discord, Discord, nice, and go ahead and retrieve everything back. So if I want to say save it into YouTube channel, I will say add this to the query. And if I want to go ahead and save to the CP Discord, or if I want to send it there, I will add this one. Okay, Rishi gone again. Hopefully he will be back soon. All right, we still have 120 people, guys. Let's smash the like button if you guys are enjoying it. This is a hardcore build, I know, because there is not too much people around here, but actually 120 people is pretty good amount. So with that said, let's actually continue and say Mongo data the update. And what you want to do now, this is where we will be going ahead and filtering out stuff. So we will be updating stuff and we will be pushing new messages into arrays. So just bear with me, okay? So let's first actually find which conversation do we want to add a message to. And let's say that this is actually gonna be the request query. We don't even need this one. Why did I write it? Okay. So inside of here, you just want to go ahead and say that. So that's the ID that you want to find, and that's the conversation that you want to add a new message into. And you will literally just go ahead and inject the new message into the conversation. So next up, when we found the conversation, we want to go ahead and say, let's push something in there. Hey, Papa React in the house. What is up, Sonny? How's it going, my man? Hey, smash the like button. Okay.
Hey, Sonny.
Yo. So next up, yeah, Sonny in the house. Everybody's going crazy like, hey, Sonny, let's screw the MERN build. Sonny is in the house. Let's give him a round of applause. What is up, man? So does query ID come from the URL asked by Silicon TV? Yes, it is. Let me actually quickly show you how it is built up. So if we go in here, now I actually add it as a comment. So if I'm gonna go ahead and say localhost 802, and exactly, he said it, not me. All right. So if we say like new message, and let's say the ID, so we will need to add a question mark, right? we will need to add a question mark. That's how we will know that this is the query part and not the endpoint, right? So that's when the query starts, and we will just add an ID field and say equals whatever we want it to equal to, right? I hope this actually answered your question. Let me know in the chat down below. Okay, so next up, what we want to do is say we want to inject into the conversation, right? Conversation, which is the which is gonna be this array, right? That is where we want to inject a new message. That's where we want to go ahead and say request.body. So what happens here, because this is like mind blown. So So what happens here is that we define which conversation do we want to inject the new message into, and we also send the new message as well. The new message is going to be sent in the request body, and the conversation ID is going to be sent in as a query, right? I hope this actually getting clear and I'm able to clear all the clouds, but let me know in the chat if you guys need a little bit more explanation. We are here for you guys. Okay.
Yeah. Before we move on, David,
Yeah.
there's a good question in the chat that no async can await for Mongos.
Where is it?
Where? I think it's like pretty. It's at 4:45, so it's pretty up.
Okay.
So
what's the question again? So async.
so the question was, why are we not using async and await for like Mongos?
This is already so it's already getting handled by Express, right? So this is a server between a server conversation, and this is actually getting handled by that. You want to use async more on the front end. Like, that's how I use it. I haven't really used it in the backend, to be honest. All right. Next up, what we want to do is, so we already pushed the new the new message into the conversation. Let's handle the errors and let's see if everything is going cool. And say,
You are not sharing your screen.
oh man, why is it happening today? Okay, so what I just did, I added a comma at the end of the line. Don't forget that. And I started the error handling. So we will either receive an error or we will receive the data that we just saved. And if you guys are ready, let's actually add the error handling and say, boom. So if there is an error, let's say, let's console log error saving message, and let's add a console log and then send back the error, of course. And if everything's going cool, let's just send back the data. Now, what we want to do is go ahead and check this out, how it actually works. So let's go into the parameters, and from here, let's actually add it to YouTube. And let's actually like delete this and say, oops, something is not going well. Hold on, unexpected token. Oh, this is when the bug happens. Oh my
I love
God.
the noise.
What is
I love the
happening?
sound.
All right, let's debug. So let's see what didn't work out well and what didn't work out the way we wanted this to happen. So we see that, okay, I think I added the express. Let's see. So we have the express added. JSON. Oh. So it's actually a pretty easy error. I made a mistake in the JSON. I don't even know what happened here, but let's actually set the background color back. All right. Now we are back on track. So let's actually add a message that actually is good here. So what we need to type in here is gonna be like, okay, so first let's say message, and the message will be yo guys, who is pumped? And let's actually add a rocket emoji. Nice. Carrie goes in the comment, lol. Yeah, all right. Next up, we will also need to add a timestamp, which will be just a dummy one for now. And let's actually just say timestamp for now. And don't worry about anything else. We will also have a user next up. I think I'll just copy paste this part. Boom. And now let's handle all these errors. And so the display name, I think it's gonna be your name for now, Rishi. How do you like the idea? And yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So the display name is gonna be Rishi. Email is gonna be a@b.com. Simple. Photo URL is gonna be this is a photo. Nice. And we will have a user ID as well. And that's just gonna be like something like this. Cool. Now I think we should be good to go. And let's see how it goes. There we go. If we receive that response, then you guys, we know that we are on track. And that is cool. Now, let's actually create another endpoint that will just retrieve everything so that we can actually see the whole data in one piece. That's not gonna be anything special. It's just gonna be retrieving everything. We are not even gonna be using this. It's more like for demonstrational purposes. Today we're not even gonna be needing this. So we will be saying get data. I think this is the one. Yeah, here we go. And 802. Nice. And inside of here, what we see is that we got the YouTube channel there. Speaking of YouTube channel, subscribe to it if you find this video valuable. We got this message inside of here by Rishi. He says, yo, what's up, yo guys, who's pumped? And we also have a Discord channel, which is totally empty. Now, with that done, we actually inspected our data, but now what we want to do is retrieve the conversation that we are actually on and the current one that we actually want to see. Now, I think that is gonna be the last one, and I'm sharing my screen because I don't forget it. Pom-pom-pom. I should get more of these sound effects. Right. Let's go ahead and paste a new one inside of here. So it's gonna be get conversation and there we go. So pretty much we are hitting, so we are actually gonna be querying again with an ID. I'm gonna scroll a bit down so that you guys can have a better, you can see it better. And next up, we will be filtering on that conversation, and we will be just retrieving everything as the usual, we would do. Hey Rishi, welcome back. So, I think with that said, I think we are done for the backend part. I think we are done, guys. Make sure if you guys are with us, let us know in the comment section down below. And actually, great job and awesome job for being here with us. Let us know if you are here with us and it is working as I just showed you guys. All right. So next up, what we will be doing is pretty much just go ahead and connect it to our front end. Let's show the screen. And what we will be doing is first, let's actually identify where we need to work. And I think we will be working in the chat.js file. Yes. And the other one is going to be either message, not message, the sidebar.js. Yes, that's correct. So let's go into the starter project and say, let's open up the chat.js file as well as the sidebar.js. Let's start with the sidebar.js file because that is going to shoot into the Redux, the data layer, and it's going to set the channel ID, and then we will be able to go ahead and fetch everything based on that. All right, nice. Boom. Let's go back to our screen. And what we will be doing in here is pretty much just get rid of all the Firebase stuff. We will not use it anymore. And inside of there, what you guys want to do is first actually add the let's actually install the Axios. All right, so how to do that? Pretty much npm install and Axios. Now, Axios is actually a tool that will, it's pretty much the coded version of Postman, if it makes sense. You will be able to go ahead and make make requests to HTTP requests to REST APIs, right? Nice. With that said, let's go in here, add a new file. Oh man. Add a new file inside of source, nice, which we will call axios.js. And what we want to do in here is pretty much just set everything up. So we will be importing Axios from Axios, then we will create a new instance, and we will be just going ahead and exporting it. The base URL will be our server's URL, right? Now, with that done, let's actually close these stuff up. We will be, oh, I closed the chat as well. Okay, so let's go into the sidebar.js and let's import the Axios from the instance that we just created. Nice. So next up, what we will be doing is let's go ahead and create a new function, which will go ahead and download all the data from our database. So that will be pretty much just a get channels named function, and we want to go ahead and call it inside of this use effect, right? So when the application has loaded, you want to go ahead and fetch all the channel names and you want to render them out in order. Nice. So what you guys want to do is, yeah, here we go, and we should be able to open up this app, and you guys can actually see that. Here we go, right? That is actually the channel that we just created. All right, it still has the old messages because it's actually I literally named it the same way, but don't worry about it, we will get into it very soon. All right, once we remove all these DB stuff, is it actually running? Hold on. No, it's not even running. Hold on. It's not even running. Okay, npm start. Okay. Here we go. Let's actually run this, and this is gonna be the one that we just built. Okay.
That's what I was guessing.
Yeah, that was the demo one. I'm like, okay. So now that we are actually setting this up and we are firing the server up, let's go ahead and sign in. It's gonna be half the old. Oh, what I forgot. Let's go back to Firebase and let's actually set up our authentication, right? So you want to go ahead and hit the authentication button in there. Otherwise, it's not going to allow you to sign in. But with that done, let's actually go in here to authentication, say Google, enable it, and add an email, and just go ahead and hit save. Now, with that, you literally enabled authentication and it's super easy. Now let's go ahead and refresh this, and now it's actually working. So I'm gonna go ahead, sign in here, and now we should be able to, oh my God. So we are facing a little bit of bug. I think I already know what we didn't set up just yet. So what we need to do is pretty much just set up the way we are rendering everything out. All right. So inside of sidebar.js, we have our data added to the channel's use state. So that's cool. But down here where we actually go ahead and literally render it out, and need to find that part. Rishi, speak up, says Sunny. Speak up, my man.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just letting the David do all the stuff.
All right. So what we will be doing down here is where we render all this stuff out. We need to change a little bit of stuff. So we need to get rid of all these. Thank you, Sunny. It's an awesome code, but we're just not gonna use everything out of it. So we will, whenever we are mapping through the channels, we will receive single channels, right? So there's gonna be like one channel. Okay, now what we want to pass through or actually send through as a prop is going to be the channel.id inside of id again. So channel.id, right? Oops. id. And channel.channel. Instead of channel.channel name, we will have channel.name. And that, I think, should actually work pretty perfectly. Let's go ahead and... Hello! Here we go. We are working. We are live. We just fixed another bug, right? We just fixed another bug. So guys, this round of applause goes out for you guys. Okay. Now, with that... Oh. Sunny goes with a sad emoji. Sorry, man. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Learn from the best. All right. So... And yeah, oh my God, we are close to 300 likes. Guys, literally, let's everybody smash that like button. We are at 273 likes. Guys, I think we can reach that number. We are here 115, each and every one of us. If you guys just go ahead and smash that like button, we will reach that very soon, okay? Hit that like button if you found this useful, and let's carry on with that. Okay.
Yeah, and before we move on, guys, if you need a complete free training on a Netflix clone, the link is in the subscription. Go and register for that. It's a completely free Netflix clone. You will go from scratch to learn how you build a Netflix clone, very similar to Netflix. So go and subscribe to that.
Exactly. That is correct. Okay. Boom. Sharing my screen. Nice. So we have all our channels shown in here, right? CP, Discord, and YouTube. Now let's actually connect. Oh my God. Let's actually connect the messages inside of here so that we will have everything up and running. Now, with that said, well, next up, what we need to do is go into, I think we are done for now with the sidebar.js. Next up, we need to go into chat.js and let's actually get rid of the Firebase stuff here as well. We are not going to be using Firebase for storing all the data. What we will be doing is pretty much just use Firebase for hosting. Now, I will leave the Firebase code here as a reference, but what we will be doing now is pretty much just create a new function, and that will actually get all the conversation that we need. It will get it for us. Now, what is happening here? Yeah, what's up? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just I was just gonna explain that what's happening here. I was just gonna say that we are fetching the conversations from that,
exactly,
so that we can display all the messages.
Exactly, that is what is happening. So what we will be doing is pretty much have a separate function, which will have channel ID as their input parameter. And we will literally go ahead and switch this line of code to, oh, hold on. We will literally go ahead and switch these lines of code to this. And this will essentially go ahead, and once the application is loaded and everything is up and running, it will fire this function off, and this will get everything back for us, right? So we are literally going to go ahead and get the conversation, and the ID is going to be the channel ID, which we already set up. And Sonny goes, MongoDB, trying to hold up Firebase Mongo stack pulse. MongoDB is cool stuff, all right? Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, so Sonny comes in here, and we are up with 10 more viewers. Stay here, Sonny, please. All right, so next up, what we will be doing is we will switch out the send message function. And what we will be doing is pretty much just go ahead and delete the DB collection and all that stuff. And let's just paste this nice tiny little code. So much simpler than Firebase, isn't it? Like literally so much simpler. Hey, we got Frank in the house. Sonny is being a savage. Yes. All right. Actually, we're having more fun than coding. All right. So with that, we pretty much have the send and the retrieve functionality, and woof, we don't have the Axios defined. What are we gonna be doing? Of course, we know what we're gonna be doing. We're just gonna go ahead and import it. Nothing super fancy going on in here. But let's import Axios from Axios. There we go, and it actually should fix it. Here we go, guys. We have it. Now, let's go into YouTube. Okay, so now it's freaking out again. But The only problem that we have now is that it cannot take in the timestamp that we added. This is not a huge problem, however, it now causes the app to freak out. Instead, we will just go into MongoDB, hit clusters, and we will literally just go ahead and delete that that piece of comment. If I can, hold on. Okay, yeah, there we go. And we're just gonna go ahead and update it, and that is now it. Yeah, now it's gone. So it shouldn't cause any other problems. Now, what we will be doing is going back in here. Let's refresh, and we should be able to see the app working. Now, if I go into YouTube channel, of course there is no more message. Yeah, and next up, 13 likes to go. Yes, guys, literally go ahead and smash that like button. We only need 13 more. That's not a lot. Let's go. And Sunny goes, go. I need those lights. We can hop on a call after and talk tech. All right. Okay. Yeah, and what we will do is, so here it actually is going to save a timestamp, which is going to be a date.now, which is going to be a super simple timestamp, right? It's going to be a timestamp. Yeah, what's up?
So guys, when we use date script inbuilt functionality that provides you timestamps, that every time a new conversation or new message is generated, it's going to have a different unique ID, and we need to separate those messages, and that is the reason we are using the timestamp.
Exactly, that's right. All right, so what we will do is go into messages, and inside of here we will change a little bit of code, and that's pretty much just gonna make our life so much easier. So we will, sorry Sonny, again, we will get rid of another code of yours. So what we will be doing instead of this one, so we are not going to display the UTC string and all those stuff. Instead, we will be transforming the app. Instead, we will be transforming it to a simple timestamp string. All right. So with that said, let's actually go ahead and try this application out with the send message functionality and the retrieving functionality. So who is pumped about that? Smash the like button.
Let's
hit
go.
that subscribe. Yes, let's go, guys. Let's actually check this app working. All right. Now, okay, I'm showing my screen. Hey, LinkedIn on the way soon. Woohoo! That's gonna be some huge stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's check this out. So I am going to be adding a message inside of the YouTube channel, and we just got $10 nice donation by Frank. Thank you so much, brother. He says, clever programmer, Rishi and David dropping so much knowledge right now. Let's go. Let's go, Frank. I'm super pumped to have you here. Thank you so much, brother. And we are super pumped for you. All right.
Thank you so much, Frank, for the super chat. Thank you so much.
Exactly.
We really appreciate that.
Exactly. All right. And we have
Let's go ahead and test the app
as a recommendation, guys. I actually have it on my computer. We are gonna drop it soon. Okay, so let's test this thing out. So who is pumped? Who's pumped, guys? Let's answer in the chat down below. I'm gonna add a rocket and a fire because we are on fire, right? Let's hit this and nothing happens, but It's not a bug because it's just not real time just yet. Let's refresh. Let's go into YouTube. Hey, there we go. There we go, guys. Working. It is working. Now, only thing we need to do now is literally make the app real time, and then guys, we are gonna be done with today's build. Okay, who's pumped, guys? Let me know in the chat if you guys are pumped and if you guys are ready to make this app real time. All right, yeah, next up what we will be doing is go to pusher.com, the good old pusher.
And
right?
you're not sharing your screen.
I always do that.
Seventh time.
And you're counting it, dude.
I'm making a count. Yes, I'm counting.
Okay, guys,
making
I'm
a
gonna
count.
stop here for a sec. We need 4 more likes before reaching 300. Let's everybody smash that like button. I think everybody who got value out of this video or any of Clever Programmer's builds can go ahead and smash that like button, like literally go ahead and destroy it, and let's reach that 300 because yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Let's everybody do that. Until then, I'm gonna be staying here and talk to you guys. We are at 299. Nice, there we go. Yeah. And 301. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys, for liking this video. When you're liking this video, you're also helping other developers so that they can reach this video and they can make this clone and they can put it on your resume and they can land their job. So your part is just to like that video so that it can reach out to millions of people. Thank you so much, guys, for liking this video.
Exactly. We really appreciate you guys for being here and smashing that like button. All right. Next up, let's go and make our application real time. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, sign in, but you guys can go ahead, sign up if you guys haven't used Pusher before. But yeah, because I have, and hopefully you guys have too. Let me know in the description down below, not description, chat, if you have used it or if you're completely new to it. Next up, I will hit the manage button. What's up? Sorry.
No, I was just going to say that, can you please explain what exactly is Pusher and why are we using it?
Sure.
I know we are just using it to make it a real time, but what exactly is Pusher and what are the other ways we can use Pusher?
Sure.
So that people can know more about that.
Sure. So first up, I want to add Sonny's comment. So Pusher implementation is clean. Exactly. But what we will be using this for is pretty much, it's going to be listening. So we will be using 2 different technologies. One of them is going to be change stream by MongoDB. It is going to be watching the it's going to be watching the collection where we save all our messages, right? It's going to be watching and it's going to be triggering off a function that will alert Pusher that, hey, there is something happening in the database, right? So because it is not a real-time database, we need to do this manually. Now, and that's actually a huge plus or a huge win for Firebase because that is a real-time database by design. But we will make MongoDB real-time with it. So change stream is watching our database. Something's happening, triggers off a function which goes ahead, kicks Pusher. And Pusher be like, oh, there is some kind of change in the backend. Okay, I will let the front end know. So it tells the front end and the front end goes ahead and refreshes everything. And then we will have everything real time. All right. We will be just going with the very basic way of implementing it. We could be like optimizing it to the like endlessly. But for now, we will be just refreshing the whole page. But we can actually drop a video on how to optimize all your applications and how to make it like super efficient. But for now, for the sake of results over perfection, we will be just going ahead and refresh everything. Okay, with that said,
And
yep.
So the role for the pusher in our project is just gonna be checking that if there's a change, even a little change in the backend, it's gonna tell the front end that there's a change, and it's gonna refresh so that we can see all those changes instead of manually refreshing the page.
Okay.
Right.
Now, let's focus on the value and let's actually make it real time. Now, what we will be doing is gonna go ahead and hit create app. And let's go on and say this is going to be a Discord MERN build or live. Oops, live. Yeah, there we go. And we can actually choose our front end, which is React. There we go. And we can choose our backend, which is Node.js. And with hitting the create app button, we will essentially be given a couple of starter codes that we can go ahead and use. Let's actually make our backend connected to Pusher. So let's go ahead and copy this code to the terminal. And so I'm selecting the backend, and I will be installing with the Node package manager. And I will be just installing Pusher, right? So that goes ahead, downloads the dependency, and here we go. With a snap, here we go. So let's go back to our server.js file, and let's actually go up here, and inside of app config, you just want to go ahead and paste this. You want to change the var to const always and use const always until you need let. You also want to go ahead and import Pusher with a capital P from Pusher, right?
Make sure guys to import everything you install. If you don't import it, it's gonna throw an error of undefined. So make sure to import every library or every third party you install in your project. Do not ever forget that.
That's correct. All right, now we just created our Pusher instance, and with that done, let's go down here to db config. Here we go. And what you want to go ahead and do is say mongoose.connection, and once open, fire off a function which will go ahead and console log that DB is connected. Now what this does essentially is pretty much once the Mongoose connection is open, it will fire this console log off, right? This is how to easily translate it. Okay, let's go and say, so inside of here, this is where the other part will come. So pusher.trigger is actually going to be coming a bit later. Let's first create our change stream, which is going to be a const change stream equals mongoose mongoose.connection the collection. And let's see how we named our file or our collection. It's going to be conversations. So let's go back to server.js, and boom, let's paste it in there, and let's say watch. So that will pretty much go ahead and watch all the way into our collection, and it will alert us every single time when something is going on or something is happening in the database. Next up, what we want to do is say, so whenever something happens and whenever this change stream gets fired off, that is so let's say, so change stream on change, you want to go ahead, fire off this function, which will be a couple of if statements, right? So there is three possibilities. One of them is going to be a new channel. Second is going to be a new message. And the third is something else, which is just messing the whole thing up. That's when we want to handle the error and just throw the whole thing away. Now, so when there is a new channel, then the operation type is going to be insert, because we are inserting a new document, right? So all the conversations are stored in one document, okay? So one channel, one document. When we are creating a new channel, it's a new document. All right, so the operation type is going to be insert, and then we trigger off pusher. We will create a pusher channel, and we will give this an event, which is going to be new channel. And we're just gonna go ahead and upload the change, and just don't worry about it. Let's focus on the value, and we will actually drop a video on how to set it up properly. This is a working MVP solution, and you can actually use this in production environment. Next up, you want to go and say else if the operation type is update. Then you want to trigger the conversations pusher channel with a new message event. Then also upload the whole change. And if something else happens, then just error triggering pusher, and there we go. Now that was it for the backend.
So basically,
yep.
Sorry to interrupt. So we are just checking for all the cases which might make changes into our database. That's it. That's all we are doing. We have three cases. The first case is checks that if we are adding a new channel, and if we are adding a new channel, that's gonna be a change in your backend. The second thing is gonna be what else we can do is we can text a new message. So that's what we are checking in the second condition. The third condition is just if something goes wrong, and if there's a crash or something like that in the application. And if we see that if there are different kinds of changes that are happening in database, and if we make sure about all the changes that can happen, then we can tell the pusher to update and to refresh the page so that we can see the changes in real time. That's what we are doing right now.
That is correct. All right, let's go back and finish this up hard. We are done with the backend. Let's go to our front end, and we will need to subscribe to this pusher channel in the sidebar.js as well as the chat.js files. Now, what you guys want to do is come up here. First, you will need to install the pusher as a dependency on the backend as well. Front end. So what you want to do is type in here npm i pusher-js. So on front end it's pusher-js, on back end it's just simply pusher. Next up, it's going to run through quickly, hopefully.
And make sure to install pusher in backend and frontend, both of them. It's not just in backend you have to install it. You have to install in frontend as well, because it's going to be connecting the backend and the frontend in real time.
That is correct.
So make sure to install it.
That's right. All right, now what you want to do on the front end is pretty much just go ahead and copy this code, and we will do it actually twice. So that's actually first import the dependency, right? And so import pusher with a capital. So pusher equals hold on. Oh, no. From pusher-js. Yeah, there we go. And next up, you want to paste this code here. Change the var to const. Here we go. Oops. Here we go. And now what you want to do is copy literally that line of code. Go into that one use effect and come inside of here. Yeah. And what you want to do is literally just paste this in here, say const instead of var, and let me quickly get this snippet of code. Yeah, nice. So what you want to do is you want to fire this off once, and instead of alerting, you want to go ahead and say you want to go ahead and get the channels again. That will pretty much make the channel creation real time. Let's go ahead and test this out. So I go into YouTube, nice, okay, I hit the plus button and it should actually be working real time. So let's actually say real time fans. Sounds cool. Boom. And
Nothing happened.
something's not cool.
I love
All
that
right.
sound.
Okay, let's see what's going on. So let's go ahead and say, okay, so this is gonna be a test. No, yeah, it's gonna be a test. And on the pusher debug console, it doesn't even show up for some reason. So there is some kind of issue in the backend. So let's say we got the change stream set up, all good. Let's see if there is a change. So lights and the sounds, yeah, dude. So let's add a console log in here. Let's debug this stuff. And okay, so some change. And whenever we are inserting, we want to go ahead and say console log. It's going to be a new channel. And if we are inserting a message, we are going to be typing console logging new message. Okay, so let's see it on the back end. Nice. So we go back here and say another test and say, okay, let's go to our backend, and nothing is happening. That's crazy. So the database is connected, we can see that. So before that it wasn't connecting, so it's actually something that I just added. That's good. Next up, I think there is something going on within our change stream, because that doesn't even fire off. So let me quickly check it out. So are we actually watching the good yeah,
You're not using the demo link, right?
what's up?
You're not using the demo link, right?
Well, no, it actually should be
Okay,
all
perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the database. Nice. Let's actually see if it goes down into the database. Refresh. It actually should be. Oh, hold on. So there is some other.
It's not going to the database.
Yeah, it's not even going to the database. So it's actually a step behind before that. Let's see what is going on in here. Oh my God. I forgot to change that that part of the code where we are creating a new channel. Guys, this is as real world as it gets. People are forgetful. Things happen. You're just gonna go ahead and debug it, and here we go. What's up?
And if you are running into an error, errors, guys, I think that's a good thing. You're gonna learn a lot of ways that's not gonna work for you, so you won't make that mistake again. So don't worry if you run into errors.
Exactly. All you need to do if you run into an error is go ahead, debug it, and then you will essentially find out what's up. So now that I actually added this Axios post new channel with the channel name, we should be good to go. So let's change back the background, and now hopefully let's see how we go. So let's say real time fans, boom, And again, hold on. Okay. Debug console. Okay. New channel created. Yeah, real-time fans. That's cool. So there is some kind of issue going on in the front end now. Let's go back to debug mode. All right.
Let's go back.
All right. Okay. So what I forgot to do is the channel subscription, of course. Yeah, it's a forgetful day. I forgot to change the screens. I forgot to add endpoints. It happens, guys.
Is it because of me?
Could be. It actually could be. So what we will have instead of the my event and my channel, you literally have to go ahead and subscribe to the channel that pusher channel and the new channel event. Now it really should be working. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is working.
It should. Yeah. Now it better. Okay. YouTube live. Okay. Let's hit OK. And there we go.
Go.
Finally. All right. Let's not make these mistakes again. Let's go ahead and make the chat real time as well. And now we should be finishing up the project in like less than 10 minutes. Okay, guys, bear with me. We are close to the end. All right. So next up, what we will be doing is going to chat.js. Let's first check the endpoints and the API requests. So we changed the get conversation and the save new message. That's good sign. Next up, what we want to do is go to pusher and grab the code. Grab the code from here, and you want to go ahead.
You are not sharing your 8th time.
So you want to go to pusher.com and grab this code and go up here, import pusher from pusher.js, add it here, change the word const, nice. And last but not least, grab this part of the code and go to the use effect, save it, add it here, change the word to const again, and let's not forget about the pusher channel and the pusher event. So the pusher channel is conversation, and the event is going to be new message. So now it really should be real time and the whole thing should be working. So let's go ahead, create the last and the master channel, or the main one, or actually let's call it the general. Yeah, here we go. Let's select that. There is no conversation going on in here, and just say, hey guys, who enjoyed today's build? Oops. And add some fire emojis. What is happening here? Oh, because the alert. Nice. Okay. I'm a bit forgetful today. Let's go ahead, test this again. General. There we go. Another one. Yo. Boom. There we go. It is working. It is real time. Guys. Yeah. This is as real world as it gets. We are humans as well as you guys are. So this is just, actually it's a good demonstration that we are making mistakes as well. Even with even after a preparation, a whole day long preparation, we are making mistakes. So guys, if you are running into bugs, there is no way that you should give up. No reason for that, completely no reason for that. What you always want to do is try to debug it, add as much console logs as possible so that you know where your process actually stops and where you should start looking for the issue, right? That's what I did. I went back, I tried to debug it step by step backwards, right? So I tested if the change stream actually gets fired off, if it goes to pusher, if the pusher actually gets triggered or something. Then I actually figured out that it's not even on pusher, it's not even on the backend, it's actually a step before the first step. So this is actually on the front end, it's not even getting saved into the database, right? So I want this to be as a key takeaway for you guys. If you are failing to compile the application for the 700th time, it's completely fine, okay? I want everybody to know that it's completely fine. Just go ahead, debug it, try to figure how things work, and let's actually get on calls with others, because usually what happens is that I'm coding with Rishi a lot, like pair programming, and I'm like making a mistake and I just can't debug what the hell is going on, and he just comes in here and just like, yo, that's the issue. All right.
Exactly.
So that's literally how it happens. All right. Yeah. As Lucy
I think debugging is one of the most important part of coding that you really want to master.
Exactly. That is right. So as Lucy says, always happens in the real life. That is right. Okay. I think that will be it for today's build. Guys, if you enjoyed it, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, click the bell next to it. And Rishi, do you got anything else to add?
No, thank you so much, guys, for staying tuned, and let us know in the comments if you guys have any questions, and we will try to. And if you want us to build some amazing streams, let us know in the comments what kind of streams you want to build, and we will work on that, and we will build that for you guys.
Exactly.
So that was an amazing session from David. Thank you so much, David, for your time.
And guys, if you have any special requests for building, this is my Instagram tag, and oh, sorry. That is Rishi's. Yeah, so that is Rishi's, and let's actually go ahead and hit us up, send us messages what you guys want us to build for you so that you can get the most value out of it. So send us DMs, let's hop on calls and let's talk. And yeah, Amazon clone MERN,
awesome.
Please, there you go, brother, we will have it soon. Okay, with that said, thank you so much, guys, for joining today, and we will see you in the next video.
In the next video.
All right.